So again, let's find a seat. Close your eyes, sit tall. And again, just allowing yourself to notice both the sensations and the emotions, which are actually, if you pay attention, they're actually sensations in your viscera. So I believe we have 4 times as many nerves going from our internal organs to our brain as the other direction. So what that means is our brain is picking up on what we feel in our organs, and this is what we humans usually interpret as emotions. So a tightness in my belly, a tightness in my heart, or a sense of expansiveness in my heart, tightness in my throat or a dry throat. All of these things we will interpret as different emotions, different feelings. And usually these are tied with certain thoughts or stories we have in our mind. So at this time, I'm just inviting you to notice what stories might be present and how that might manifest inside of your body. Now, one of the great things about a practice like we're going to do today is it tends to at least have certain sections of it that are so challenging for us physically that it will elicit both an emotional response as well as a story in our head, like I'm too old to do this, or I'm injured, or I'm overweight so I can't do this, or whatever the narrative might be. And so what I'd like to invite you to do is just to notice the narrative as you go through the practice today, to notice what you're feeling inside of your body. The postures are designed to elicit those responses from us. And really the practice is just noticing that as we go through the practice. So let's begin with a little bit of deep breathing. We're going to inhale, fill the belly first, ribs, and then upper chest. And as we exhale, we reverse that. This is Dirga. Then we add the ocean sound, Ujjayi, at the throat, creating a hissing sound like you're fogging a mirror, but keeping the mouth closed. With the next exhale, let's transition into a tabletop position and begin warming up the spine. As we inhale, tailbone lifts, belly drops, crown of the head up. Exhale, tuck tailbone, round the back, crown of the head down. Repeat as many times as you like. When you're done, tuck the toes, lift the hips, and come up and back into a downward dog. And in downward dog, shift the focus to your knees, ankles, and legs. Just simple movements like pedaling back and forth are all that's really necessary to wake up this part of the body. And then coming into your full expression of down dog with the hands shoulder width, fingers wide, chest drawing toward the toes, feet hip distance, heels reaching toward the ground. With the next exhale, we'll walk our feet to the hands, coming into a brief ragdoll, grabbing the opposite elbow and dangling at the front edge of the mat. The postures, of course, also reveal the physical state of our bodies. So if we have injuries or stiffness, we will tend to notice that as we go through the practice. And then with arms relaxed, we inhale and gradually roll up to standing. And we'll begin with Surya Namaskar. So inhaling, arms up, touch palms, lift the heart, and create space between your pubic bone and your chin. With the exhale, come into forward fold, Uttanasana, placing the palms flat if possible. With the inhale, coming to your fingertips or taking hands to the shins as you lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, planting the hands and stepping to the top of a push-up for plank pose. In plank, try lining your ears, shoulders, hips, knees, and heels into a straight line. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, lower down halfway with the elbows hugging your ribs. Take a breath there. With the next exhale, lower the rest of the way down. And as you inhale, lift the head, neck, and chest for Cobra. As you exhale, lower back down and press back first to tabletop and then to downward facing dog. From downward dog, inhale to the toes between your hands, and as you exhale, make your way to the front edge of the mat. Inhale up to the standing back bend. And then grabbing the right wrist, exhale as you send hips to the right and pull your arm to the left. Ardha Chandrasana. Inhale back to center and exhale to the other side. Inhale back to center and exhale to forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to half lift and exhale to the top of a push-up. Choose knees up or down for your push-ups, and you can switch at any time. Knees up is about 30% harder. Once again, take a deep breath, exhale, lower down halfway, and then inhale to up dog, or you can repeat Cobra. As you exhale, pull both feet in at the same time and lift your hips up and back for downward dog. From downward dog, inhale to the toes as you look between the hands and exhale to the front edge of your mat. Inhale up to standing back bend and exhale to the half moon. Inhale to center and exhale to the other side. Inhale to center and exhale as you sit back in an imaginary seat for chair pose. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, release your chair. Inhale to half lift, and if you're able, exhale right to the bottom of a push-up. Inhale to upward dog. And exhale to a push-up on your way out if you're able to. And return to downward dog. From downward dog, bring your feet to touch and inhale the right leg up and back. As you exhale, touch the knee high up on your right arm and just take a breath. Then inhale the leg up and back. As you exhale, lunge and turn to the left edge of your mat into Skandasana. So even though you've turned to the left side of your mat, you're over at the right edge of your mat, okay? So we're facing left, but we're over at the right edge, okay? What you'd like to feel is a stretch in here. We'll move side to side each time stretching your groin muscles. You can have your hands on the ground. You can have them at your heart, or some people like to have them in the air. Let's take a nice deep breath, and as we exhale, we'll come over to the left edge, stretching the inside of the right thigh. And then we inhale back over to this side. And we'll just continue with that simple movement. You may not be able to get as low as I am. That's fine, as long as you feel the stretch. After 5 repetitions, you turn again to face the front edge of your mat and Vinyasa back to the downward dog. In today's class, you'll see me turn from time to time, and that's just so that I can continue facing the camera. Let's bring the feet to touch. We'll inhale the left leg up and back. We're going to exhale that knee high up on the left arm and take a breath. Then we inhale the leg up and back, exhale, lunge, and then we turn to face the edge of our mat once again, okay? So the right edge, or right side. Stay over on the left side, but we're facing the right side, okay? All right, so we feel the stretch in here. Let's take a nice deep breath. We exhale over to this side, and then inhale back. Now, because this is the second time we're doing this, there's the possibility to go a little deeper or further into the stretches. You may have to experiment a little more to get the stretch if you've already opened up that part of your body, so don't be afraid to do that. Foot position, torso position, leg position all influence how much stretch and where it's felt. Good, and then turning, again, Vinyasa, and come back to the downward facing dog. Okay, let's exhale to tabletop, and we'll take a look at a variation of the side plank. So from tabletop, we roll over to the left side, stacking hips and the shoulders. Okay, and then we just extend this arm straight up toward the ceiling. So this is a knee down side plank. It's a very easy version of the side plank. And we want to look up. Good, let's exhale. Come on down and switch sides. It's the same thing here. Try and get your wrist directly below your shoulder so your arms are in a 6 o'clock position. Good, exhale and just return to your downward facing dog. Okay, now we're going to do something that is challenging, and if it's too challenging, what I want you to do is drop your knees. So we do this posture a lot in class, but we kind of gloss over it usually. And this is the low plank position, Chaturanga Dandasana. So what we'd like to do is take a nice deep breath and exhale down and hold. And then we just inhale back up and come to a downward dog, catch our breath. And then again, we inhale to the top of our push-up and exhale, hold. You don't have to hold your breath. And then inhale back up. So challenging, right? And again, you can drop your knees if it's a little too much. But this is a great way to build strength, static strength in the upper body, which many people lack. Even weightlifters and people like that will lack static strength because they're always moving when they do their reps. So this is a great way to do that. If you're having trouble with the arm balances or push-ups or any upper body techniques, this is a great way to strengthen. Okay, so inhale to the toes, and we're going to exhale, step, jump, or float to the front edge of our mat. We'll inhale up to the standing back bend, and exhale to a forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, bottom of your push-up, and let's flow back to the downward dog. Okay, in downward dog, let's bring our feet to touch. We're going to inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, right knee, right arm. Good, we inhale up and back. Exhale, center. And hold.
Good. Inhale the leg up and back. And exhale as you lunge. Drop that back heel. Then inhale to Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2 pose. Okay, so front foot and knee point straight ahead. The knee is directly over the heel. The right thigh is approaching parallel with the ground. Fingertips reaching out and the gaze is over the front fingertips. Very common thing I see in this posture is this. So when you don't reach your fingertips out, this arm can get kind of lame, come down. Okay, another thing I see often is this. So make sure that knee is lunged over the heel. And very, very common is this. We're looking forward, but we're not leaning forward. So the shoulders are back over the hips, okay? Let's take a nice deep breath. We exhale, cartwheel down. Bottom of the push-up, making our way to down dog. We're going to do the other side, so feet touch. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee to left arm. Inhale, and exhale to the center. Hold. Don't hold your breath, just hold the pose. Good. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale as you lunge. And then inhale to Warrior 2 and try and hold it. This is a thing that's getting lost more and more. What I see in the yoga studios is everyone wants to flow, no one wants to hold. But holding is extremely important in yoga. Good. Take a deep breath. Exhale, bottom of the push-up, making your way back to the downward facing dog. Okay, let's exhale to tabletop and let's come back into this variation of side plank. Okay, now you're welcome to stay here, but to add a little interest and challenge, let's try inhale lifting that right leg up and exhaling it down. Okay, so this is similar to the starfish variation, which we've done in other classes. Get nice and controlled. We're not trying to do a bunch of reps. We're not trying to go quickly. Let's exhale back to tabletop and we'll take it to the other side. So again, this very sort of Western idea of more is better. You know, if 5 reps is good, then I'm going to do 20. I'm going to do 25. I'm going to do 30 reps. More is better. We're just doing 5, really 5 high quality repetitions here. Good. Exhale, make your way back to down dog. You can go straight back or vinyasa back. It's up to you. All right, from here we're going to take a look at Bakasana, which is the crow pose. There's another sequence in which I break this posture down in more detail. We're just not going to do that today. So I'm going to ask you to just try your best doing this posture. So this is an arm balance. It's the first one that most people learn. To do the pose, I'd like you to bring your hands shoulder width, spread your fingers wide, and bend your elbows. So you can see I'm in this kind of awkward position here. Then you take your shin bones and rest them against the back of your arms. Now again, if your arm collapses as you do that, then try the low plank. Right now, do the low plank. If you need to with your knees down, hold this position, try and strengthen those arms, okay? If it does not collapse, then what I'd like you to do is look up and then try lifting one set of toes. Again, the arm should not collapse. Try taking a breath or two. Try the other set of toes. The arm should not collapse, okay? You can play around with that, or if you feel comfortable, you lift both sets of toes. Okay. From the front of our mat, let's inhale to our standing back bend to just reset everything. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and exhale right to the bottom of your push-up, making your way back to downward facing dog. Okay, from downward dog, let's bring our feet to touch. We're going to inhale that right leg up and back. Exhale, right knee to right arm. Inhale. Exhale, center. Inhale. And exhale to the opposite arm. Hold it there and breathe. Good. Inhale the leg up and back. And exhale as you lunge. And then inhale up to warrior two. Exhale there. Inhale to this position, stupa, which is a transition. It's not really a stretch. You're not really strengthening much. You're just kind of transitioning. And then we'll exhale into goddess, okay? So in goddess, you'd like your feet and knees pointing in the same direction, your knees over your heels, thighs approaching parallel, and then your arms basically mirror what you're doing with your legs, more or less. Good, let's inhale back to stupa, and we exhale goddess. Maybe a little deeper this time. Good, let's do that one more time. We're gonna inhale up, and we exhale even deeper. Let that intensity be there. Breathe. Good. Inhale back up to stupa and exhale, cartwheel down to the bottom of your push-up. Make your way to down dog. Okay, from the bottom of your push-up, let's bring the feet to touch. We're going to inhale left leg up and back. Exhale left knee, left arm. Inhale. Exhale center. Inhale. And exhale opposite arm. Just hold it there. Take a breath or two. Good. Let's inhale that leg up and back. Exhale as we lunge. We inhale to a warrior two. Exhale. And then we inhale up again to stupa. Good. We exhale to goddess, which we already learned. And then we inhale, right heel off the ground. Sink those hips down. And what we want to cultivate is equanimity. So if you hate this posture, you have some work to do. Good. Let's inhale back up. And we exhale back to our goddess. We inhale the opposite heel up. We can relax, even with a lot of sensation. We can learn to relax, I should say. The breath has a lot to do with that. Good. Inhale back up. Exhale down, goddess. And then inhale both heels come up. So I don't know if you can see, but my legs are shaking. It's very intense for me. But I've been doing this a long time, cultivating that equanimity. Inside, I'm calm. Good. Inhale back up and exhale, cartwheel down. Bottom of the push-up, making your way to down dog. From down dog, let's go ahead and check out our next variation of the side plank. All right, so we come onto our side. Okay, like so. And then this time, if you're able to, we're going to modify like this. It's a little closer to the full side plank, okay? Good. Let's exhale. We come on down. And we'll take it over to the other side. Same thing. You can start with your knee down like so, which is what we did last time. And you could stay here or add a little bit more if your shoulder feels like it can take it. Good. Let's exhale and make our way back to the downward facing dog. All right. Next, let's go ahead and take a look at the eagle pose. So we're going to inhale to our toes, exhale to the front edge of our mat, and then inhale up to standing. As you exhale, I'd like you to bend your knees and bring your right elbow under your left and join the palms in front of your face. If you can't do that, just grab the opposite shoulder like so. And then we'll inhale the right knee over the left. And we just drop those hips down, keeping them facing forward so the chest and the shoulders are facing forward. Let's drop those elbows as well. So the elbows and knees are coming toward one another, but we don't want to bend in half. We're not bending in half. We're keeping that torso up here. Good. Let's inhale back up. And we exhale to the other side. So left under right, and then left over right. So that's eagle pose. Let's inhale back up, standing, and then we exhale to forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and exhale right to the bottom of your push-up, making your way to downward dog. From down dog, spring feet to touch. We'll inhale that right leg up and back. As we exhale, we touch the right arm. Inhale. Touch the nose. Inhale. Touch the opposite arm, kick it out, and then we inhale, left arm up. That's fallen triangle pose. So we want to lift up and look up, very similar to side plank, right? And again, if this is too much, the modification is the same. Remember this? So we just drop that knee down, okay? All right, let's exhale the hand down. We inhale the leg up and back. Exhale as we lunge. I'm going to inhale up to our warrior two. Exhale. And then inhale, we straighten the front knee, pivot our hands. Exhale, reach forward. And then pivot our arms into an extended triangle pose. So legs are straight, heels are down. And I don't know if you can see, but my sides are long, not just my left, but my right side. They're both lengthened, they're nice and long here. Good. Let's inhale and then exhale, cartwheel down, bottom of the push-up, making your way to down dog. Let's do that same sequence on the other side. So feet touch, we inhale left leg, exhale left knee, left arm. Inhale. Exhale center. Inhale. Exhale opposite arm. Kick it out. Inhale. Fallen triangle pose. Good. Exhale that hand down. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale as you lunge. And then we inhale to our warrior two. The next inhale, we straighten that leg, pivot our hands, and exhale, lengthening our sides, and then pivoting our arms. Good. Inhale back up and exhale as you cartwheel to the bottom of your push-up. Returning to downward dog. Okay, from downward dog, let's exhale again to our tabletop. And if you can do this version of the side plank, go ahead and do so. Okay, and now we're going to learn a dynamic version of this. So take a deep breath as you exhale, lower your hips and hand, and then lift back up, and then exhale down. Inhale back up. Good, and we're just going to do 5 again. Exhale, and inhale, that's 3. So 2 more times. And 1 more time. Good. Exhale. Come on back to tabletop. And let's build our side plank on the other side. So again, maybe you just stay here, if that's appropriate for you. Maybe you stay here just static, okay, because it hurts your shoulder if you start moving. But if you can, exhale, lower the hips and the hand. Inhale, lift back up. Good, and just continue. This will strengthen and stretch your obliques a bit. These are muscles I find that are very often forgotten. We don't think about our sides nearly as much as we do our front and our back, I find. So the side bodies can be forgotten, not strengthened, not stretched. Good. From there, let's make our way back to our downward facing dog. Okay, from downward dog, we bring our feet to touch. We inhale the right leg up and back. Let's bend the knee, open the hip, and if it feels okay for you to do so, you flip your dog around or over. Move that arm in the air or turn it into wheel pose, which is a very deep back bend. Let's take a deep breath. As we exhale, we'll lunge. Okay, and then from our lunge, we inhale up to our warrior 2 position. Okay, exhale there. And then we inhale, straighten the front knee, pivot our hands, and we exhale to triangle pose. From there, we're going to bend that front knee and kick off the back leg. We lift that back leg up, and we come into balancing half moon. So this is Ardha Chandrasana. So I'd like you to notice a few things. My back leg is parallel with the ground or it can be in line with the torso. Either one is fine. The arms are in that 6 o'clock position, just like in the plank. Okay, and I'm trying to roll my left hip and shoulder back. And if I can, I'll look up toward my thumb. Notice my foot is flexed. I'm not pointing my foot back, I'm flexing it, okay? Good. We exhale and make our way to downward dog on the other side. Okay, and from here we bring our feet to touch. We're going to inhale left leg up and back. As we exhale, we bend the knee and flip the dog over. Okay, so again, we'll move that arm in the air a little bit. I have a shoulder injury, some of you know, so it always speaks up here. I still know I have it because when I move that arm, I can feel it. But it's less than it was a while ago, so I'm in the process of healing it. Let's take a deep breath in. We're going to exhale and lunge. And we inhale to our warrior 2. Exhale to triangle pose. Take a nice deep breath and exhale to your Ardha Chandrasana, the balancing half moon here. Good, take a nice deep breath, exhale, bottom of your push-up, making your way back to the downward dog. Okay, I actually skipped a step, so we're going to try combining 2 steps here in this next one. So let's inhale to the toes. We're going to exhale to the front edge of our mat. We inhale all the way up to our standing, and then we're going to exhale, bring our arms out like wings, and then we inhale the right foot over the left thigh. Notice my foot is flexed, okay, my knees pointing straight out to the side, and I'm going to drop down, and what I'm looking for is a stretch in the outside of my right buttocks, my right hip. No pain in my knees or ankles, okay? So this is the balancing pigeon, okay? And you're welcome to stay here, but if you'd like to try your hand at a rather challenging arm balance, I'm just going to turn this way for demonstration purposes. You bring your hands to the ground, about shoulder width. Bring the back of the leg against the arm, okay? Look forward, and then gradually shift weight off of your foot. Okay, so you can stay here. This is already challenging enough. Or you can try extending that leg behind you. And that's called Galavasana. Again, it is a very challenging, complex shape. And the point of yoga is not to get into the shapes or to get into any particular shape. But again, the shapes help elicit certain thoughts, feelings from inside of us. And so the practice acts like a mirror, sort of shows us what's going on inside. Okay, let's do the other side because this is an asymmetrical posture. So we inhale up and we exhale, grow some wings, bend our knees, and then let's inhale the other side. Okay, so left side. Now again, you might stay here, just work on that hip opening, the outside of your hip there. Or, if it is appropriate, you can drop down, okay, and then experiment with, again, I'll just turn for the sake of the camera, and maybe lift the foot, and maybe extend the leg. Good. So again, it's a very intense experience for me to do that. I can physically do it, but what I feel inside is very, very intense. And what I'm trying to always cultivate with these postures is equanimity. So a feeling of peace, that no matter how intense an experience or a posture is, I am at peace inside. Okay, so it's not that it's not intense, it is. It's just emotionally, mentally, tranquility, okay? All right, everybody, let's go ahead and inhale from the front of our mat, and we exhale the forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and then we make our way back to downward dog. And then let's take one last look at our side plank. So let's bring our feet to touch. And then if you're able to, just roll over into a classic side plank here. And again, one of my pet peeves is this. That's a side arch. It's not a side plank. So the hips are down and we're basically intersecting the chin, chest, pubic bone, knees and heels. Now if you feel a little wobbly, take that front foot in front like that. Okay, that'll help stabilize you. Good, let's exhale back to down dog. Take a breath there. And then we'll come over to the other side. So same thing here. Roll into our side plank. Good. Exhale, come on down, and we'll make our way to the downward dog. Okay, from down dog, let's exhale. We'll come on down into a child pose. From child, we'll extend those arms out in front of us. Take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, you walk your hands over to the left until you feel stretch in your right waist and ribs. Good. We inhale, come on back through center. We exhale off to the other side. Good. We inhale. Come on back to center. Exhale here. And then from there, let's come up into position for camel. So knees hip distance, heels hip distance. You can tuck the toes if you'd like to make the heels easier to grab. Bring your hands to your low back, elbows in toward one another. And then inhale, begin to lift the heart. Press the hips forward. If it feels okay, let your chin go back. And if it feels okay, you can grab your heels. Press the hips forward, lift the heart. Good. Inhale, come on up. And then exhale back to Vajrasana, sitting on your heels, hands to your thighs. This should be comfortable. If it's not, choose another position to sit in. Close your eyes and feel the rebound, the after effect. For many, that pose has an emotional component to it because we are very vulnerable. The chest, the belly, and the throat are exposed in that posture. And so if we have emotional issues around vulnerability, then it may show up in that position there. Okay, let's come back to this kneeling position and we'll give our sides another stretch, hopefully a little bit deeper this time. So from here, we'll take our left leg out to the left, like so, and just bringing it straight out to the side. Okay, so it's like whoosh, straight out, not in front, it's not behind. Okay, you see my foot is flexed there. You could put it on the ground, it doesn't bother me if you do, but I'm going to flex it, gives me a deeper stretch. So let's inhale this right arm up, and then we exhale as we bring our left arm down the left leg, and we're trying to stretch our right waist and ribs here. So this is Padayasana gate pose. One thing I learned from my teacher Andre Lapa is you can actually generate a deeper stretch by grabbing hold of the other arm. So I like to do it that way. I'll leave it up to you. Good. Let's inhale back up and we exhale, hands to our hips. We bring that leg back in and we take it over to the other side. So again, in today's class, we really work these sides, not only strengthen them, but also we're stretching them very deeply. And again, you can do this if that feels appropriate for your body.
Good. We inhale as we come back up, and exhale as we bring it all back in. Good. From here, let's go ahead and cross our ankles. We're going to sit back, our legs out in front. And let's do a classic groin stretch, bringing our heels in. This is Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together, heels in close. We drop the knees down. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, forward fold. If you'd like, you can grab hold of those feet and use them to pull you a little deeper into the stretch. Okay, arms are the ears. We inhale and come on up. Exhale, we let those arms relax. Let's do one more classic groin stretch. Okay, this is upward facing angle pose. Okay, so legs are straight and wide. If you can't sit up like that, then go ahead and bend your knees. Inhale the arms up and exhale, forward fold. And if you like, you can grab the outside edge of the feet or the big toes. Feet are flexed, the toes and the knees are pointing straight up. And you can use your arms to coax you a little deeper. Good, arms are the ears, inhale up, and exhale, let those arms relax. Good, let's do the opposite action now. So our legs come in, right leg over left, like so. Okay, this is called Gomukhasana, or the cow face. Okay, so you can stay right here. There are arms that go with this. You reach behind your back and you try clasping the opposite hand, okay? I can't do that due to this injury, so I'm not going to bother with that arm position today, okay? Instead, I'm just gonna fold forward and stretch the outside of the hips here. Bring my arms down. So very much like a yin posture. Good, let's inhale, we'll come on up, and exhale, relax the legs and the arms. We're going to switch sides. It doesn't really matter which side you did first as long as you reverse it. Another option I forgot to mention the first side is you could do this, which will help open the shoulder a bit. Okay, so if you can't clasp, which is opening both shoulders, you can at least do one shoulder. Okay, so that's up to you. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, forward fold. Good, let's inhale, arms back up, and we exhale as we relax those arms. Let's take our legs out in front of us. We'll give them a good shake. And then we inhale, arms out, and exhale as we roll back onto our back. Once you get there, draw the legs in, give them a nice squeeze, and try making a few circles with your knees. Do a few in each direction. Good. From here, let's keep the knees where they are. We're simply going to drop them down
to the left as we extend our arms like the letter T and look to the right. Good, we inhale back to center, we exhale off to the other side, same thing. Good, let's inhale our knees back to center. We'll grab the soles of the feet. This is Happy Baby, Ananda Balasana. So we can rock side to side. We can roll around on our back a bit. Feels good to me. I have some soreness in my back. Feels good to press that against the ground. Another option is to take the legs out and stretch them out a bit. We did quite a bit of stretching in that groin there. So as you bring your legs apart, you might feel a sense of freedom that you don't normally feel. Of course, we're all different, so you feel what you feel. That's important to understand. What I'm experiencing at this point in my practice might be very different than what you feel. Whatever we feel, what we're trying to do is just unwind here. Give our body a little bit of movement and stretch that helps it to relax more deeply. Once you've done that, you unwind into your Shavasana. So the heels apart, palms up, head centered, chin tucked in slightly, and eyes closed.